Hi, everyone. Welcome again to Ivy English. I'm Bruce.
I'm Angela.
And I'm Wesley.
Today is July 30th. I thought it was the last day of the month. It's not. This is the day before the last day of the month of July 2020. We have our article here, and it's called Be on Cloud 9.
You know, I've always wondered why it's cloud 9 and not 8 or 16 or 2. And then it turns out that there is a 10-part classification of clouds somewhere, 10 being the highest. And to be on cloud 9, therefore, means you're almost as perfect. It's like very measured. You're not saying, I'm the best of the best. You're like, everything is super good. There's still room for error. I'm on cloud 9.
Yeah. 好，所以为什么很多人会想说，为什么是 on cloud 9？ 好，为什么是9呢？好，那其实英文有一种说法，就是这个云可能有10层吧，或者这个10个部分的这个云啊，那第10是最棒的，是 perfect。好，那 cloud 9是这个 second best 啊，那这个稍微还是谦虚一点哈，我没有到这个快乐到满的程度哈，这几乎已经快乐到满了哈，所以叫做 to be on cloud 9。
All right. So, well, let's read the dialogue, and then we can go in and talk about exactly what the characters are saying. It's hard. It's funny because sometimes the simplest English is the most messy and complicated because there's so much meaning that can be just tucked into very simple sentences.
Social and cultural, meaning that it's not evident from the words.
Exactly.
Also grammatical questions also.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Can't forget the grammar. Okay, so let me limber up my voice.
Well, before, let's take a look at the women's names here.
Okay.
Lulu, I'm guessing, probably comes from Lucille.
Okay, sure.
Or Lucy, which is short for Lucille, Lucille. I believe that's the original French name, which was shortened to Lucy, Lucy. And I'm guessing again that from Lucy, it's Lulu, I would guess. Maybe a child would call someone whose name was Lucy or Lucille Lulu. It's easier to say. Helen is a very, very old, pre-Christian. I mean, we're talking
Greek,
about,
isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And it goes back to the very early times of the Greek Athens.
Helen of Troy.
2,500 years ago, 4,500 years ago.
Wow.
It goes way back. Now, Helena, this is Helen with an A, is if you're in Europe, that's probably the name you will see. I don't think there's a short form for this. It wouldn't be Hell.
Hey, Hel, what's up? Yeah, no.
I don't think so.
Helens are always Helens. I think of people named Helen as being very classical.
Yeah, 因为刚刚这个 Angela 老师有提到 Helen of Troy 哈，就特洛伊城的海伦，那就是荷马的史诗里面哈，那伊利亚德里面哈，这个两个国家为了当时的这个世界第一美人 Helen 啊，这个打仗啊，所以 Helen 是这样的一个非常古典的而且历史悠久的名字。
And it may be that the English name Ellen comes from Helen.
It says so on some baby naming sites.
Oh?
Yeah.
Ellen is a very common English name. And Elena, Elena, I think is the Spanish variant of here we have Helena from the Greek becomes Helen in English and Ellen again in English or Elena. I think that is the source of those names.
Okay, so here's our dialogue. You're looking happy today. I am. I've never been happier. Did you win the lottery or something? No. Last night, Dan proposed to me. He finally popped the question. That's great. It sure is. I've been on cloud 9 all day long. Well, you'd better come down. There's work right here on Earth for you to do. Well, that's rude.
Not very excited by the good news.
She's all like, yeah, sure, you're getting married. Can you focus on the work now? Jeez. What a downer, Debbie Downer. She's not Lulu, she's Debbie Downer.
所以这个真的蛮煞风景的哈。这个人家刚刚接受求婚啊，非常的高兴啊。那你就在跟他讲说，他在 Cloud 9， 对不对？然后你最好下来啊，你不要再留在那 Cloud 9。为什么？因为地球上有工作要做啊。这个结尾非常有趣，我们等一下可以再多解释。
So you're looking happy today. Lulu starts this. Here, looking is to appear in some way. It appears that you're very happy today, but look is the common spoken verb that we use here. You look sad. You're looking happy today would be a period of time. I've noticed since we started working or since we started shopping together or whatever we're doing together, you're unusually happy today. So in that case, you might say, you're looking happy today.
Or you're looking especially happy today. One thing I've learned when complimenting people, if you say, you're looking gorgeous today, they'll be like, only today? So you have to be like, you're looking especially gorgeous today. And you're like, that sort of overrides any potential criticism of your compliment.
好，这个很有趣哈，就是这里用现在进行式啊，它有一个特别的地方，就是现在进行式它 implies 它是一个有区间性的，有一个时间性的，就在某一段时间里面，这件事情正在发生，或者这件事情状况是这样子。所以当你说 you're looking happy， 意思就是说在可能从刚刚到现在，我一直注意到你好像这段期间啊都很快乐的那种感觉。好，所以这个 you're looking 如何，感觉起来是在某一段时间啊，或者就是现在这段时间，你看起来是这样子。所以刚刚这个 Angela 他讲了一句很有趣，他说如果你今天这个称赞别人说 you're looking gorgeous 啊，那或者 you're looking gorgeous today， 那对方可能说那意思是其他时候我没有那么 gorgeous 吗？我只有现在这段时间很 gorgeous 吗？所以呢你要避免别人有这种误会呢，你可以加一个 especially you're looking especially gorgeous today 那他觉得所以平常我也是很 gorgeous， 那今天呢特别的 gorgeous。 好，所以这个就是现在进行式跟普通现在式的差别。所以各位你们能不能想一想 you're looking today 跟 you look happy 或者 you're looking happy 跟 you look happy 有什么样的不一样呢？
You look happy is right now.Oh,
no. I was going to actually phrase this in terms of negative things. If you're going to say something to somebody about their negative aspect, it's much safer to say looking or seem than to say you are. Because if you say, you are angry, they're like, I'm not. But you can say, you seem angry. Like, you're perceiving me to be angry, but I'm not. It's a little bit safer. It leaves a little distance for the person to express their aspect slightly differently.
好，所以呢 you're looking happy 有一点感觉是你心里面可能有点保留，尤其我们到后来会发现说这个露露后来他露露跟 Helen 讲这一段话的目的其实只是在告诉他你不要那么高兴了，你赶快给我做工你赶快给我做事情所以他心里面其实是有一些 reservations， 有一些或者有一些 other thoughts， 他有一些其他的想法所以这时候他会特别强调是 you're looking happy 就感觉起来的
Today, so
it's even more limited.
It's a longer period of time that they can make this judgment.
Yeah, 所以就是在今天你特别看起来怎么样那所以这个如果你讲 you look happy today 感觉起来是个 truth 就是我看到你现在你看起来就是很快乐那比较没有刚刚讲的心里面有某种保留，或者是强调说只有这段期间。
The difference is it's an observation and not a judgment.What
do you mean?
If I say you look happy, then I'm just perceiving you to be a certain way. It seems that way. I'm observing you. I'm observing that you look happy. But if I say you are happy today, then I'm judging that you are feeling a certain thing. It's much more personal to judge them than to just observe them.
But how about you're looking happy?
That's an observation. That's an observation.
That's also, so you look happy and you're looking happy. Both are observations.
Yes.I don't really see a difference between you are looking and you are, or you are looking and you look. I'm making a difference between you are and you look or are looking.
Okay.
I think the BING with today gives us that sense I've noticed.
It makes
I've been
it even
looking,
more...
not immediately. When I run into you, I wouldn't say, you're looking happy today.
Yeah, no, it
That's
gives
a bit
it
odd.
much more of an observational distance.
Yeah.
Yes.
所以这个地方呢，我在挖Bruce 老师跟 Angela 老师他们 native speakers 的 sense。那 Bruce 老师刚刚提到一点，我觉得也受到启发，就是如果说你今天刚刚碰到这一个人啊，这个时候你看到，你看起来很快乐，这时候是 you look happy today 啊，或者 you look happy， 你看起来很快乐啊，但是 you're looking happy today。是你已经观察了一段时间了，就像刚刚 Angela 老师讲，那是一个观察，你已经观察了一段时间。例如说，你可能早上进办公室就发现这个Helen 非常的嗨啊，那嗨到现在这个已经11点了，还很嗨啊，所以这个时候你已经观察了一段时间了，这时候你会说 You're looking happy today 啊。但是如果说你是刚刚进办公室看到 Helen 很嗨的样子，你可能会说 You look happy today.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, wow, thank you both.Yeah.
Also, thank you.
这个东西，我觉得其实是英文很重要的东西。就是如果一般看文法书，他可能会跟你讲说 both are fine 啊 ，you can say you look happy today， 你也可以说 you're looking happy today。那他顶多跟你解释一个是现在进行式，一个是现在简单式，但是它背后所代表的意义，这个其实是你要英文要学好，你要能够讲到在适当的时候讲适当的英文，这是很重要的资讯哈。所以刚刚这个我们从 Bruce 老师跟 Angela 老师身上挖到了宝哈，他要好好的把它学起来。
So then Helen's response is very simple. I am. I'm not just looking it, I am feeling it. I've never been happier. So technically she's on cloud 10.
Yeah, 好，所以这个地方呢，这个 Helen 说 I am 啊，我真的是 happy 啊 I am happy。然后呢 I've never been happier 啊，这个从来没有比现在更快乐那种感觉啊。
And so Lulu asks,Did you win the lottery or something? That would be a very wonderful thing.
It's a very obvious reason why someone would be happy.
Right. And it's so rare. It's so unusual for someone to be the happiest they've ever been. So there has to be something real. Not, I found my favorite ice cream in the supermarket. They didn't carry it before. Now they have it. Well,
although some people would say they were the happiest they ever been for something like that.Right. But you know what the question is when she says, did you win the lottery or something? It's the one thing you can guess that won't offend somebody in any way.
好，那这个地方你如果问说啊，你是赢了彩券吗？那这种说法是不会让这个冒犯到别人的，因为你如果说猜其他的原因的话，哈，这个别人可能听了会觉得不舒服啊，你怎么会乱猜？但是
are you pregnant? You know,
yeah. 对，例如说，你如果问说，你是怀孕了吗？啊，那这样子的话，可能就冒犯到别人了哈。所以这也是一种各位可以学起来啊，就是你看到别人很高兴，你也猜不出原因的时候，这个是一个不会冒犯到人家的一种猜测啊。你是不是赢了彩券了吗
You found out the name of the restaurant I like?
You know what? That's actually a good one. You're like, oh, so you found the place you're going to take me to dinner tonight?
Yeah, 好，所以这个要注意哈。这个你如果说问说，你终于你知道了我喜欢那个餐厅的名字吗？这个也是一样，这个也是不会得罪人的啊。那还有一个就是那个 or something 哈，这个是 or something 这两个字大家翻译成中文的就是还是怎么了啊？你是赢了彩券还是怎么了啊？所以还是怎么了，就是英文用 or something 来表示。
That or something, I'm glad you pointed it out, because that or something is what lets you understand the social purpose of Lulu's question here. Mm-hmm. She doesn't want to know, did you actually win the lottery? She is trying to give Helen an opportunity to tell her what's going on without directly asking her. And the or something is the clue. Because she's like, did you win the lottery or something else? Can you share your reason?
Mm-hmm. Good point.Yeah,
所以这个 or something 这种或者这个是一个很聪明的一个方法，因为他其实是希望他等于是在问啊 Helen 到底怎么了，但是他不会问说 What's the matter 哈，这样问的话，好像有一点恐怖，对不对
？What's wrong with you？
对 ，What's wrong with you？ 对，然后这个，所以他说你是人家是 win the lottery 还是怎么了？那这样的话，对方就会 pick up the clue， 就是说啊，他就告诉你 OK 到底是怎么了呀？那个怎么了，他就会跟你讲。
Oh, and then Helen goes.No, of course not. Last night, Dan proposed to me. If someone proposed to you, there's only one kind of proposal they're talking about, and that's a proposal of marriage. I mean, you can joke like, oh, I have a proposal. Oh, you're going to marry me? When someone is like, I want to go out for pizza, they'll be like, I have a proposal. And you're like, are you proposing to me?
Yeah, 因为 proposal 可以表示一个提案的意思，所以 I have a proposal， 我有个提案。但是 proposal 也是求婚 propose 的名词，所以你可以开玩笑说，哦，所以你要这个跟我求婚吗？还是怎么样的哈？
Or you can say, did you bring the ring?
哦，或者你可以说，对，哦，你有带戒指来吗？因为你说you have a proposal for me 哈，所以这是当 proposal 在玩文字游戏啊。一般来讲，我们讲 I have a proposal， 意思是我有一个提案，但是因为 proposal 也是 propose 的名词，所以它也可以表示我有一个提婚的案件要出来啊。所以这个地方讲到说，这个昨天晚上呢 ，Dan proposed to me， 就表示他向我求婚了。然后呢 he finally popped the question to pop the question 就是 to ask someone to marry you 所以这个大家就学起来 pop the question， 因为 pop 有那种突然之间冒出来那种感觉
Yeah, it popped out. It was a sudden thing. It's meant to be a surprise.
对，因为我想大家在电影电视里面看很多这个尤其在西洋文化里面求婚通常是意外的就是最早你要让他觉得好像是个 surprise虽然说那个新娘可能已经等了很久了但是当你 pop the question 那还是一个惊喜那 question 这个字其实英文里面有很多的 idiom 可以用所以这个我觉得有一个很好玩的就是我第一次看到觉得很奇怪，叫做 the $64,000 question.
Is that marriage? I thought that was a TV show.
No,
yes, it was.
Yeah, 那个意思有 $1 million question， 它的意思都一样，它就是一个 important 或者是 difficult question。好，然后呢 that people do not know the answer to 大家都搞不清楚的问题，但是所以这个就刚刚讲到，这可能益智游戏里面一个问题，大家来宾都猜不出来猜出来的可以拿100万但因为大家都猜不出来，所以那是个 $1 million question 或者是 $64,000 question 那另外一个大家很常用的叫做 that's a question of time 就是时间问题 sooner or later 所以这个 question of time， 所以这个question to be a question of time 就是一定会发生的， it's certain to happen sooner or later.
But that one you can't say the. It's not the only question of time, but it is a matter worth discussing. So it is a question of time.
Yeah, 你一定要说 a question of time， 那不是 the question 是 a question， 因为它是一个问题嘛a question of time。 那还有一个提醒大家，就是我们小时候的时候，那个时候考试很喜欢考 out of the question 跟 out of question 有什么不一样？那个时候我们学到是 out of the question 是不可能 impossible， 那 out of question 是 of course。后来我发现 there's no such difference, is there?
British English and American
English. I was like, I have never heard out of question. So I was like confused just now. And then he said British English. I'm like, oh yeah, those darn British over there across the sea.
Whose language is it anyway?
Ours?
所以呢，各位就是美式英文里面只讲 out of the question， 意思就是这个不可能的意思那英式英文会讲 out of question 所以大家不用在这上面这个搞了半天了就是这么简单而已。
Well, like out of bounds, out of question, that same construction.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then
Lulu says, that's great. That's the first positive thing and the only positive thing she says in the dialogue.
But think of the intonation. There's so many ways to say that's great. You can do it the straight way, like, that's great. Or you can do it in like, that's great. Let's go on. Or you can do it like sarcastic. Oh, that's great. There's more, but those are the three main ones.
Yeah, 所以这有3种语气各位注意。如果说是你真的觉得很棒的话，那重音会在那个 great 上面 ，great 会念得很夸张That's great 这很棒但如果说你听了之后觉得OK 没什么，哇 That's great 那就是普普通通
Like okay
没有味道
Yeah.
那如果说你觉得有一点烦，甚至你觉得这有什么，哇 That's great 或者是觉得怎么搞到这样子
Yeah.
That's
所以 great. We now have to clean that up too.
对那太棒了，你现在害得我们要这样子所以这个 That's great 这2个字呢，其实最少有这刚刚的3种念法那个 intonation 大家如果这个听不太确定的话，你可以倒回去再听一次，看刚刚 Angela 是怎么样念那3种不同的这个音调。
And notice from Helen's response, it's the actual, oh, that's great.
Or she missed the sarcasm, either one or the
point,
other.
Good point. Yeah, she's on cloud 9, so maybe she's not going to hear
Or she knows that
criticism.
Lulu is very negative and just decides to overlook the emotional aspect of her response.
So it sure is 100%. Something is definite.
It's great. It sure is great.
I've been on cloud 9 all day long. We talked about this at the beginning of the program where it's not cloud 10. Nobody says that. But it actually came from a list of cloud altitudes, I believe.
Oh.
If you said the highest, if that means the highest in altitude, those would be the, not cumulus, the
You could
horse
literally
tail.
tell us any You could literally tell us any cloud name, and we'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
Cirrus, I think it's
How about the
Cirrus.
cumulocirrus?
Cirrus is a software, Cirrus. I think I've seen it written as the name of us. Anyway, and it might be, that's the highest level. It's what colloquially we call horse tails, where you have a
Maui.
very fine, and they're curved at the end. They're flat and straight until they're curved at
Weren't
the end.
you an airplane guy before?
Air traffic controller.
So wouldn't you know?
Shouldn't I know? A mere 50 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, what's 50 years to a guy like you, though?
所以这个云到底多高
That's great.
Yeah, 多高可以是第9层，可以是第10层哈。我们刚刚在这个开 Bruce 老师的玩笑哈。那不过这个9这个数字倒是蛮好玩的哈。这个我记得啊，我小时候从 Bruce 老师那里学过一个idiom，叫做这个 the whole 9 yards。Yeah, the whole 9 yards 我从 Bruce 老师那边学来的，他的意思就是 the whole of something 整套的 ，including everything that is connected with it the whole 9 yards 所以这个大家可以把它学起来的。这个是9嘛，跟9有关。还有一个大家这个可能会看到 dressed up to the nines.
That's true.
Yeah.
Which is maybe why Cloud 9 got this top sense of it, because if you're dressed up to the nines, you're in your finest clothes.
Yeah, 所以 dress up to the nines， 那 up 不一定有了，你也可以说 dress to the nines， 意思就是怎么样？就是穿的非常的盛装了dressed very smartly 或者 elaborately 那这个是另外一个跟9有关的一个 idiom 那 cloud 的话呢 ，cloud 9另外一个我觉得也蛮好玩的一个就是这个 a cloud on the horizon。这个就是怎么样？有问这个
something attainable。
对，就有一个问题，a problem 或者一个 difficulty which you expect to happen in the future。所以a cloud on the horizon 那就感觉起来就这个问题迟早会出现的所以例如你可以说 ，Well, the only cloud on the horizon is the math exam next week。I'm very happy now, but
that's a giant cloud. Sorry,
thunderstorm.
That's definitely very black cloud.
Yeah, 所以这个云远远的那很糟糕，很可怕的这个云
Yeah, cloud 1, by the way, is fog.
That's true. Fog is basically just a cloud that's decided to come down to the ground.
That's exactly right.
所以 cloud 1大概就是 fog， 就是这个雾因为雾你可以想到它的高度，它根本就是跟你在一起的嘛，那种感觉所以各位就要记得这个 cloud 9就是指它的高度了。
So Lulu said, please come down to cloud 1 level here. You'd better come down. You'd better is the nicest way of suggesting something that's also a threat.
Yeah. 所以 you'd better 它是一种建议但其实它有一点点 threat， 有一点点威胁的程度在里面。
You'd better start right now.
Yeah, 这跟中文就你最好怎样这个也是一样。中文你最好如何如何，其实也是有一种 threat 的感觉。
Actually, it does depend on intonation as well. Because if you're like, I suppose I should do that, you'd better.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of very threatening.
Yeah, 所以也是一样。如果你这个强调 you you'd better you'd better you'd better 这样子的话这个you'd better 就是你最好赶快给我做那种感觉。所以那种威胁的语气非常强那如果说没有那么威胁，你只是建议的话 ，Well, you'd better 怎样怎样那就比较
That's just giving you. That's just 讲道理. You better do this.
Advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
not criticism.
Yeah, so there's work right down here on Earth for you to do. Get back to work, lady.
Yeah， 回到地球上来哈，你不要在这个云端哈，这个高高兴兴的哈，你要这个回到地球来哈。因为其实，在云里面啊，英文有一种说法，就 with your head in the clouds。
Oh yeah.
Yeah， 那个意思其实怎么样？就是 out of touch with reality， 哈 ，daydreaming， 哈，所以他在跟这个露露讲说，哈，你不要在这个你的 cloud 不要，你的头不要在云里面了，你最好再下到地球上来。
Yes,
Yeah.
that's where it is.
Okay, well, we hope you have a Cloud 9 day. And we'll have to say our goodbyes here, not only for today, but for the month of July. We will see you next month.
In
Until
August.
then,